Butler. My name is Elise, and I'm actually a physics student, but I'm very interested in film. And I was a little bit young when Attila first came out. And I've been watching since then and have noticed an impressive amount of growth, both in your craft and in the diversity of roles you've since chosen.
And in my beard.
And I'm wondering, as you move from things like Phantom, which we were fantastic in, by the way, to things like Dear Frankie and M300, what process do you go through in choosing a role? What do you look for in a character?
See, Lena, I told you somebody liked the Phantom. That's why I find it difficult when somebody asks a question,
that's true.
What is it you want to play? What role is it you want to play? Because I don't know. And I don't know until I read it. And only then does everything make sense. You know, it's like Dear Frankie, who would have thought? I was guilty, Dear Frankie, of throwing the script away after 7 pages because it was like this little boy, he's deaf, he's trying to buy cigarettes, what is this? And then my friend, who's the casting director, asked me to read it again. And then I read it and I was touched deep down. And I think that there's a myriad of different ways that something can touch you or the way a message can be sent. But there has to, for me, be something fresh and different or a message in it or just for everything to make sense where you go, wow, you can't even describe it, but you just put down a script and you go, that works. I can really see myself doing that, or I can really, this is something that I've never done. I find it hard to do something that I feel like I've done before. You know, so it's something perhaps that is different, something perhaps that I think, even if it's a very specific thing, but I think, imagine if I feel this, imagine if somebody else can feel that. You know, like the Phantom. I remember when I was doing it, I thought, listen, I'm sure there's a lot of people going to be going, that's fucking terrible. But I also knew that there would be people, and if they got anything like what I was feeling, would feel it in such a powerful way. And it's the same with Leonidas, and it's the same with this story, you know, that you think, you just hope that people will get something out of that will make them think, that will inspire them, that will, you know, whatever it does, it's something that wakes you up in some way, even if just for a second. And so I would look for the same thing. Does it wake me up? Because I sleep a lot. Thank you.
Hi, this question is for Mr. Butler. First of all, I just want to say you're a badass in Phantom of the Opera. And my question was, what's the most challenging thing for you to do when doing the role of Leonidas?
See, Zach, I told you somebody liked the Phantom. What was the most challenging thing for playing Leonidas?
The answer is that?
I could see the training, but that's a little boring because training is training. You know, I think that it was working within, in some ways, some very limited boundaries. You know, with blue screen, no real props or anything, nowhere you can really go. Just there with the script and yet I felt that the king, even in his stillness, had so much to say. You know, I wanted to have the audience feel his absolute insanity and yet at the same time feel his incredible leadership and focus and feel the levels that his men didn't feel, that intelligence and that depth that went so low that you always felt that he was thinking 10 steps ahead and you didn't even know what was really going on in his mind. So to get all those, and the humour and the arrogance without alienating, you know, himself from the audience, because I loved the arrogance of the Spartans. To me, I felt if they deserve so much to be so full of themselves because they earned it, you know, because they had that objective and they followed it every day of their lives. And therefore, there's kind of no harm in being super confident in that. So I guess it was trying to get all those things and stay as dark and edgy as possible without fluffing this thing up, but at the same time without coming across as just, you know, the villain in the film, you know. So I think it was always trying to go down that, you know, pass down that line was keeping it kind of different without ever something. I forget what I was talking about. See, that was me, I was sleeping.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, that was good.
I saw the film last week and it's amazing. It's an achievement. And I want to say to Gerard and Lena, I've been fans of yours for a long time, and after this film releases nationwide, I hope both your stars shine brightly as they should. And Zack Snyder, I want to thank you for making this film because the movie journey I went on with the 300 Spartans is one I'm not going to forget. And I just have a quick question for you. I'm a huge fan of the graphic novel Watchmen, and I want to know, is it true, are you directing it, and when will we see it?
Well, if I want to make it into a movie, the studio wants me to make it into a movie. We're going to try and make it into a movie. We're talking about shooting it at the end of the summer. And other than that, so that's as good as I can give you as far as like, we want, it's trying to happen. It's best.
We all want to make the movie, don't we?
A lot of people don't want me to make the movie. But, yeah, so listen, you know, it's a process. You know, like you say, you know, the studio says, okay, R-rated superhero movie. What the hell is that, you know? There's no such thing, by the way. So.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be in your presence, all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
I like it.
Just wait in line like everybody else.
She was in line. She got out.
She wasn't fine. She's like,
Oh, did you get kicked out? I didn't hear a word you said, but I'm sure.
oh, I heard it.
We can make money.
Hey, can somebody tell me where that fucking bit of hair is sticking out of the back of my head?
I did.
Okay.
I had to stare at that damn thing for 6 months.
It's like a fucking pigeon. That's why I wear wigs in films all the time, you know? It's like, I have to deal with it.
Maybe we can get a question.
Actually, most of my questions were answered. They were directed for Jerry. Jerry, you have no idea. You were so wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm losing my voice, sorry. Zach, I have to ask you, in casting these two beautiful people, and specifically Jerry, did you in any way, in your mind, when you were casting this movie, imagine or think or want this to be the feel-good date movie of 2007?
That was my absolute intention, actually. You know, they're just, look at them. They're just beautiful, and it was just fun to be around them.
Especially Jerry. Like.
Yeah, especially Jerry. So, you know,
Makeup on and everything.
I'm glad it's worked out, that there's something for everybody, as they say. I can't claim that I knew that it would be so widely received physically. But I'm glad that it has been, so far.
That day jumping around that coffee shop, it was like, this movie! Yeah! Romantic!
Well, I can honestly say, had you not cast Jerry, I probably would not have given this movie a second thought, and I cannot wait to see it.
Way to be closed-minded.
Jerry, but for the movie itself, it is just, it's beautiful. What I've seen, what little I've seen, and I can't wait. Now I just need a date.
Sit down, baby.
I'll come and go in disguise and wear a beard. Thank you.